Welcome to episode 12 of To Be Honest, the relatable weekly podcast where you ask questions and we discuss topics. I'm your host, the guy who still hasn't uploaded a TikTok since like 3 weeks ago.
I'm your co-host and I laugh at everything.
Alright, no, that's true.
Your eyes wide.
I was like, finally, something factual. It's not just an inside joke. We're here again. This is episode 12. I'm fairly certain it's episode 12. Co-host is giving me doubts. She's like, oh,
I think it's 13.
I really think it's 12. I'm pretty sure the last one I edited was 11.
Was 12.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Well, technically, if it was 11, then it was 12.
Okay, it's 12 or 13. We should know.
We'll figure it out later when we... Welcome to one of them.
Listen, okay, right now, go back to your screen, whatever you're listening to, whatever tab you haven't minimized. Go over there. Because right now... Because I'm editing this, okay? I'm going to put up what episode it actually is.
Do you think people have the tab minimized like they're doing other things? Like
yeah.
homework?
Well, if it's...
I thought people were just like cleaning their room.
Every time? Yeah. They clean their room.
Every Friday or Saturday because you like to randomly release it.
They secretly like resent our voices because they always are cleaning whenever they listen to us. Anyway, this week we're going to get into some new things to talk about. Just some things have happened. We have those new segments that we did last week. So those are those are going to be put into full effect this week. And just real quick, the audio is going to sound horrible right now, okay? I have allergies right now. I have a bit of a throat thing, so...
Finally hit him.
I was going to try not to talk as much, but then...
I didn't do anything.
Co-host was like, yeah, I didn't prepare anything. And I was like, oh, crap. So now I have to talk more.
Well, to be fair...
Which is fine.
I wasn't told to prepare anything.
and you have a headache right now.
Yeah, but I took ibuprofen.
So, we should call this, like, The Mundane or something. That sounds like a weird, like, movie title or something.
It's not Monday, though.
Mundane.
I know.
That's like those dumb. That's like a joke that would happen in like a little little TV show. But anyway,
Millie Helper.
The thing we always do. No, the thing we always do.
It sounds like Millie Go Helper.
That's true. Good job.
Thank you.
The thing we're gonna do, obviously, is the quote of the day to start. But before that,
that's my segment.
I just did want to say, I will be bringing up a topic we discussed, I think, 3 weeks ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, just to see if something has changed, because I am a little bit curious.
I can see your paper. I can't read it because your handwriting is literally scribbles.
It's not, but you know, I'm left-handed, so that's
I see
excuses.
Like squares that are like different sizes.
No, those are just banners.
Mine is just like written sideways on a page. It's kind of just like everywhere.
Yeah, and you're complaining about mine.
Well, yeah, because yours is like weirdly organized.
Yeah, I have like little points and banners.
You told me like 10 minutes before you're gonna do
I actually
this.
use proper grammar when I'm writing.
Oh, I don't. I don't even finish the word sometimes. I'm like, I'll know.
I'll remember, yeah, and then you don't remember. Right. It's like, yeah. Anyway.
I wrote something on my hand last night, and I can't tell what it says.
Yeah, because that was last night. It probably wiped off.
Well, no, I wrote it like as I was going to sleep. I was like, oh yeah, I need to do this for summer, and it looks like dress or chess or cheese.
Cheese? I mean, you like 8 out of 10 of your top 10 foods was like cheese related.
That's
so
true.
That was probably cheese. Anyway,
I need more cheese.
Let's go ahead and do your quote. Do you actually know who's by?
I do.
Let's go, man.
And guess who it's by.
I knew when you were looking it up.
Guess who it's by.
I'll guess in 1 second. Okay. When you were looking it up, I knew when you were looking it up. I was going to ask you to actually look up and see who said it, but I was like, let's just see if she does it on her own, and you did. So
I did it because this person.
I'm guessing it's Einstein.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I
That's your cue to keep speaking.
I know, I can't read my paper from that far. You might hear a little crinkle. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. That was the paper.
The true sign of what? What was the word?
The true sign of intelligence.
Intelligence. I don't believe that.
Not knowledge, but imagination.
So
I knew you were gonna say this too.
Imagination technically originally created intelligence
and knowledge.
What I'm saying, like, because the way like people have learned things is they had to be imaginative in order to learn.
This guy's smart.
For example, the invention of the wheel, which hasn't changed since it was created.
Wheel?
Yeah, wheel.
Like a cheese wheel?
No, just the wheel. Like, that is, like, vehicles since the wheel was invented. They used to be square. Vehicles since...
That's gotta be in like a quote thing if we ever get famous.
They used to be square. Oh, that could be the title of the podcast. They used to be square. It's too soon. It's too soon.
Okay.
Anyway, I was gonna say,
We've already
I don't know
mentioned
if they used to be
squares
square. I think before wheels, it was just like sled, like legs. I'm pretty sure. So, whatever you call it.
Sled legs.
But I'm saying, I think the definition of intelligence back then might have been
Knowledge.
no. Back then, it would have been creativity or imagination because
Well,
new things were being
Einstein was
invented all
all
the
about
time.
like creativity. Like he always said that he wasn't smart. He just
Well, he was an
had
inventor.
imagination.
That's what I'm saying. So knowledge now is basically a conjunction of facts and things we know from the past, from the previous imaginators. So it's kind of like, you know.
Skylanders.
Oh yeah, the game Imaginators.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Because you're.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway.
You're about to call me stupid.
No, I was gonna. I'd never.
You
That's not
know.
true. I would definitely. So let's do
Highs and lows?
highs and lows because that's supposed to come at the beginning. And what?
It sounded like you said eyes.
Highs and lows. Okay. Anyway, you go.
No, I just went.
Okay. Highs and lows. Cute highs and lows music. No, all right, just started. Dope. All right, let's. So I had two highs this week.
Started ages ago.
One is kind of an unexpected high. Should we retitle it lows and highs?
No, highs and lows.
I know, but because
Oh, you like to end on a high note?
that's what I'm saying. If we were doing it at the end.
Ending
of the
on a high note. People would think that we're quitting.
No. If we were doing this at the end of the podcast, maybe we'd do that. But because we have so many segments later, I think it'll be fine. But high note. One thing actually makes sense, and the other one just doesn't make sense. So I was mowing this week, the yard, and for some reason I actually enjoyed it. And I don't know why, but the weather was like perfect. It only took me like an hour, and I don't know, it was really fun. I was just listening to music, and I don't know. We have like a nice mower, and it's like really fast.
It's a push mower.
No, yeah, well,
it's not.
They say push mower, but those don't really exist anymore. It still does everything by itself.
Well, but it's not one of the go-kart.
Well, like we live in town, so our yard isn't the size of Texas, you know. And so obviously we wouldn't want a sit mower.
I think a mower just started outside.
I wonder if that's no. I doubt that's audible. There's no way. But I can hear it. But I was saying it's some German brand, and it goes really fast. And it's great. But the actual high was bowling. My friend.
Why do you have so many highs?
No, the actual high. That was just the fake. That was the fake one that shouldn't have been. That was just unexpectedly fun.
That was like a low.
Yeah, that was like mid.
You
that
have
was
a different low.
That was like mid road. No, the high was actually I went.
Highs, lows, and mid road.
My friend had he had a birthday, and we did a bunch of fun stuff, and bowling and things like that. So that was a lot of fun. We watched a movie. We went to see what was it? Godzilla vs Kong. Yeah, and Lizard vs Monkey.
Wait, is the lizard Godzilla?
Yeah.
And I always thought it was a dinosaur.
Well, he is.
Oh.
Anyway, low is obviously my being sick and having allergies right now, which inconvenient, but whatever. I mean, you're gonna have to live with my sniffling and whatever, but it's just like old times. I mean, at the beginning of
we were always
it was like
sick.
The first like 4 episodes of the podcast. We were like sick. Anyway,
from probably the cold outside, because it
was cold outside at the time.
Negative degrees, you know.
Oh yeah, there was that crazy frozen weeks. But anyway, you go on your highs and lows.
So my low.
No, start high.
My high is I was able to like paint the outlets in my room.
Oh yeah.
Or outlets. I think it's outlets. And they were really fun. And nice.
You like unscrew them from the wall and paint them.
Yeah. Don't paint them on the wall if you're gonna get dead.
No, technically you could have if you put like painter's tape around it just to keep the wall safe.
Well, no, but I think if you paint it on there, like I don't know, like you can like. Anyway, it's just easier to take it out because you don't want it on like the light switch or the little plug-in guys, little face. So anyway, that was my high, and then my low. It's kind of like a constant low for me, and it's my guitar string is still broken. And so I haven't played guitar in literal ages.
Well, use your ukulele instead.
It's not the same.
I understand, but
No, you don't. You don't play an instrument.
No, I understand the fact that it's
Oh,
not the same.
oh, you do.
What is wrong with you?
Imagination.
Yeah, you think I just look at all instruments and like, yep, it makes
the
noise.
same.
No, I'm not like
Yup,
that.
it
That'd be
makes
horrible. Anyway, what that was your low? I don't think you mentioned before that it had been broken.
I think I have.
Oh, all right. wrong me then. Anyway, I had a story to tell. That was kind of fun and cute. And I also have something. Okay. I meant okay. I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm reading my paper here and I'm having brainwaves. And I thought that I'd say, so I wrote this down a point to talk about. This is what I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Of the thing we did a few weeks ago.
Okay,
so we did top 10 songs. Was our
Yeah.
most recent top 10, and that was a little while ago.
Yeah,
I
it's
think that
already
was
changed.
3 podcasts ago. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you if since then already, hasn't even been a month, has your top 10 changed yet?
Like all of them.
Okay, I'm not that indecisive. Pretty much all mine are probably
Well,
the same,
the thing is,
except for the top.
I discover
like the
new
10 and
music
9.
weekly, like, you know,
Well, so do I.
YouTube playlists I like to go on, then I like, you know, cut through the chorus, see if I like it, and then I'll look up the lyrics.
You can't do that. You
and
can't skip to the chorus. Are you seriously not patient enough to wait for 1 minute till it gets to the
Well,
chorus?
when
You have to
when
let the
you're
song
adding-
build and like
I'm not even gonna lie, I discovered like 200 songs this week.
yeah.
And I only kept probably about 50 of them that I liked. But 50 songs, you know, it's pretty good. I was
That's a lot.
I was like really going for it this week though. Normally I just have like a random night where I'll just sit there for like 30 minutes, discover like one song. But I've been doing it like every day, and so I've made like 5 new playlists this week.
You know what I do a lot that's actually really bad is I sit for like a decent bit length of time trying to decide or think of something that I actually want to do,
Oh my gosh.
and then I just never do it, and then like something
know,
and then
you
something
do.
else I like actually like need to do comes up because I waited so long for the thing I
Yeah,
wanted to do.
I literally, as soon as I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do that, I'm like, well, let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
That's what I'm like. Like if I'm like, man, I really want to paint those outlets.
I was about to say
yeah,
that
let's
as an
just go
example.
do it. I was
Um,
like, let's do it.
I'm gonna just quickly cross this off on my paper. That shouldn't be up. No, that's
You made
definitely
it
that's
into
definitely
a
audible.
star,
Anyway,
like a bat.
I just wanted to make sure I done that already.
You're really that bad at remembering?
No, I'm looking at them all in a row here, and I just want to
My
make sure I'm
mom
not trying
brought
to
me
look at it.
tea, and I saw it
Just take
on
the
the
spoon
table.
out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it.
There you go.
Where should I put it? It's wet.
No, that's fine. Just put it on the what do they call those?
I just threw it on the
They
floor.
call those the floor. Yeah, that's right.
Do
Anyway.
you want me to put it on the shoes?
No, I was gonna put it on the table runner. What is that?
Yeah, but it's a cloth
Well, I know it's
table.
fabric, but like the spoon could have been that wet. Like, come on.
Well, who's chilling in tea for ages?
I know, but anyway.
But
Anyway.
what?
I was saying it again because you interrupted me.
Oh, sorry.
I did ask you to prepare one thing.
Yes.
We're not gonna cover that yet.
Okay, good, because it's yeah.
Okay. But I did have a story I wanted to tell.
Okay.
And this happened to me yesterday.
Did you tell me it?
No.
Okay.
This happened to me yesterday. And I was out. This is how it goes. Okay. This is factual. Okay. This isn't a lie. Like my little green man with the rainbows and Oregon fields, whatever. Okay. This is real. Okay. So I mean, it's not anything crazy. This happens to me all the time, actually. But I want to share my experience here. So I was out on a run yesterday
Parody.
with my brother and my father because they both run. And my brother had left us. Okay, he was gone at this point. And so I'm running down the road just with my dad, and we pass a house. This is a country road, by the way, so there's like a property probably every 100 meters. And we get to the house. This just absolutely adorable little German Shepherd dog ran out of the house and came to say hello. He like followed us down the road. He would have followed us for probably like a quarter mile before he went home. But we were like, no, you gotta go back. So
He was just like, oh, sounds good, guys.
yeah, no, actually, this is
said
why.
that?
That's what I'm saying. Like dogs are so intuitive. We actually we like walked back a little while, And then we were like, go back home. And he was just like, okay. And then he just walked home. But little baby German Shepherds are so cute. They have like these massive little feet.
But they shed.
I don't care. Their feet are so like huge for their.
Stop moving the table. I get
bodies.
you trying to demonstrate their feet with your hand.
I don't think I wasn't moving that much. But anyway, that happened, and that my story was gonna end. No. My story was gonna end with that.
Oh.
Dogs usually come up and say hello to me when I'm running, because a lot of people have their dogs outside, as you'd expect. However, we get greeted by a second dog, further down the road.
Evil dog?
Back close to Main Street. Yeah, actually. So I'm always scared to pass that house because they have two.
Is it the dog biting house?
What?
You know where the dogs chase after you?
No. It's not that house. It's a different one. You normally don't.
Sprint.
But anyway, they have 3 dogs, I'm pretty sure. But there's only one outside. It was like a white dog. It kind of looked like the Target dog. You know, the dog that used to be the mascot for Target?
The one with the
bullseye?
eye?
Yeah. That's what it looked like. It had black splotches and stuff. But he was like a white. He kind of looked kind of like a bulldog. Not really. He was probably a boxer mix of something. But he just looked an intimidating dog, okay?
Okay.
He started sprinting across the yard and barking. And I'm like, I gotta switch sides of the road, otherwise he's gonna, kill me. And, I hate to say it, but I do tend to have to lightly tap a dog every once in a while if they get too close.
Yeah, they try to bite me. I've been bit before.
Oh, they do.
Man.
And I understand that they're being, like, protective on their property, but I'm like...
They run like 400 meters to get you. And you're like, what?
Well, it's like...
jump a fence,
they don't get...
jump over a river, swim through the ocean to get to you.
Yeah, then you're...
Those are song lyrics.
And then
they're not, but they could be.
And, you're in Brazil at that point, and they're like, ha, finally got you. But it's annoying because... the dog owners could probably save themselves future lawsuits if they just put a shock collar on the thing.
Oh.
That's how the dog runs.
Or like a fence or something.
I mean, that's way more effort. It actually costs more money that way, which is interesting.
Well, some people have wood in their house.
Most people have wood in their house. Those are called, what are those called?
Floors?
No. Well, yeah, those, but...
the wooden beams?
Yeah, they're called,
beams?
studs. The studs. Studs in the walls.
You see in between these 2 beams? Well, there's a dead body.
That's a good video.
The Parody Brothers.
Parody on... Yeah.
There's a Parody Brothers parody. It's funny.
It was YouTube channel we...
Why did you act like you didn't know what I was going to say?
No. I didn't at first. I remember now. But there's this... I'll go into greater detail. There's this YouTube channel we used to watch all the time. Studio C. They're a comedy group.
They're a different cast now, but...
Yeah. But back then, that's what they were called.
Right.
And they were on like television, and they had skits that they do. Not live. It seemed live. It really
well,
wasn't.
some of them were.
Some of them were, but most of them they were just pre-recorded, and they upload them to YouTube. They're like 4-minute videos, or whatever. But yeah, that one was like a parody of that.
It was super funny because that's literally how they act.
But anyway,
you see these 2 beams right here? Well, there's a dead body
found in the wall, right?
Oh wait, speaking of dogs, just like real quick.
Yeah.
If you have a pug, like first off, why do you have a pug? And second off,
yeah, I agree.
It's just
why
does
everybody
hospital
who bills waiting
own a pug name it Frankie? Everybody's pug's name is Frankie.
So not true, but pug names are really weird most of the time.
I always imagine a pug with a tie and like a suit and like a hat.
A little hat, yeah.
And maybe that's why I think their name is Frankie. No, because if they had a monocle, their name would be like Jeffrey.
No. Name it Monocle, but then you just call it Monty for short.
Well, then people are gonna start calling it Minnie.
Yeah, and then he'll be like that big buff guy that's like 6'5" and like the size of a freight train.
That's
and
Frankie.
they call him Minnie. You
know?
Oh. There's like always that guy.
Tiny.
Yeah, he's like
tiny.
Not actually.
Tiny Jim.
It's like those what do they call those? It's a contradiction, but it's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Or it's like a complete. It's like saying. Well, no, I can't think of any examples. Yeah.
I know what you're trying to say, and if they don't know,
it's like look at that little big house,
Look at that. I say that all the time.
That's an opposite. Anyway, let's hear. We're almost 20 minutes in here. So let's hear. No, time out. I was gonna say last week, I put your intro bloopers at the end of the video.
Okay.
By the way, if we have any of those intro bloopers, that's just where they're gonna be from now on. So just
Not
so
at the
just
front.
expect that at the end of the video, there might be some. Don't skip to check. I know what you're doing. Don't do that.
I skipped it.
This week you're not gonna find any because I did it flawlessly,
No.
as you could tell. Well, the time you heard 20 minutes ago was the first time. It just
Right. It wasn't flawless.
no. There was an awkward pause
There
in
was
there.
a bunch of flaws in it.
I
At
mean,
least you
that was
didn't
the
mess
first
up as
take.
badly as you did that one time.
Oh, that was weird.
So
That was like
bad. You
shameful.
were,
Like I'd never
awful.
been that bad. Anyway, let's hear your
My topic?
yeah or whatever. I don't know. Is it a question? I don't know what it is.
So you said write down a topic, and I just wrote down the first word that came to my mind.
Okay.
Sandwiches.
So sandwiches. Typically,
Do you put tomato on your sandwich?
I hate tomatoes. Sandwiches typically is a piece of bread with the addition of a sauce or dressing spread on the bread.
Okay, I don't need
cheese, maybe meat, maybe some greens like lettuce or iceberg cabbage. Okay, and then another piece of bread. Typically, how sandwiches go. However, some weirdos in the world seem to think that hot dogs are sandwiches. Okay, and which is just absolutely not the fact. Okay, it's not the case.
Hot dogs are a taco.
Well, they're
And cereal is a soup.
off-brand taco. They're not a soup.
Anyway.
You didn't even do more research. Did you come back with more research?
Did you?
I didn't say I was going to. You did. I didn't make
Well, I
any
never
commitment to.
follow that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you literally never do.
I forgot that I even said that.
Yeah, I
But-
guess you would.
Same with the robot check mark thing. I never did that.
Check mark.
Like, why can robots not click check?
Oh.
Like, I'm not a robot.
Well, I actually saw a TikTok, and it was a robot who was it was zoomed in on the screen, and it said he was trying to sign in some website, and it said check that you are not a robot, and a robot's arm comes across the screen, and like a full-on robot just extended his arm and pressed the I am not a robot. I was like, technically, yeah, but I think it's because it's software robot.
We already said all of this in that one.
This was like 8 weeks ago.
Anyway. You know what's the worst thing ever? When you were saying sandwiches, you said greens, and I immediately thought of lettuce.
Yeah.
Well, I thought of green beans, which led me to lettuce.
Of course.
And I remember one time I accidentally
logical
made
explanation.
not lettuce. I meant celery.
Oh.
I accidentally made a green onion, with peanut butter and the ants on the log.
You
Because I thought
idiot.
it was celery.
You idiot. No way.
They look similar.
It's literally a fourth of the size of celery.
I know, but I was just like, oh, there's tiny celery this week. Because who needs that much green onions?
You can buy it smaller. Like
Yes, you can.
I put green onions on my burritos.
Yeah, I don't like burritos. Really.
And I love green onions. Not by
I don't
themselves,
like
of course.
deep fried
Yes.
beans. I think there's a spider up in that. corner.
Refried beans, you mean?
No, deep fried, refried butter beans. Wait.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Meander. So, that's okay. So this is the scenario.
Okay, you surprised me. All right, let's do it. I mean, I was
You
gonna-
are stuck in a room
I realize you're
And
stealing.
the room-
You're stealing from my last week.
is made of mirrors.
Okay,
Oh no, I'm not.
you are because
The room is made of mirrors. And there's lava slowly coming up.
okay.
You only have 3 items: a safety pin, a calculator, and a pig. How do you get out?
Safety pin, calculator, and a pig. So you're saying the inside walls of the room is
The
mirrors?
walls and the roof is mirrors, and the floor is rising lava.
So here's the funny thing about what'd you say, safety pin?
Yeah.
So pigs are actually smarter than dogs. I don't know if you knew this. And what am I standing on, by the way?
You're standing on lava.
At this point, I'm standing on lava. Okay, no,
It's taking too long to talk.
I fully extended the safety pin, and I'm standing on that. Okay.
It's a ginormous safety
Yeah,
pin.
that's what I'm standing on. But if you didn't know this, pigs actually, when you hand them a calculator, they actually defy the laws of physics. And so what you can do, most people don't know this, but what you can do is they type a combination of geometric calculations, okay? And no one knows what they are because it's sacred to pigkind. But if you're in a room full of mirrors, they actually extend the physical world into the mirrors. And what you can do is walk infinitely across mirrors, because there's mirrors on both sides, so it's reflecting infinitely, right?
Okay, so then you just
So they
go
break
into the mirror, and the other side you walk into the lava?
No. You don't understand. It's not like a portal. You don't come out the other mirror. You just walk through, and then you're in basically you're in an alternate reality at that point, because you walk through the mirror, right?
This is like a long, convoluted explanation.
No, I did it. You walk through the mirror.
Okay.
And in the next room, because the mirrors aren't big enough, it doesn't show the lava on the floor. So you just walk through and there's no lava there. And then you're still stuck in the room.
Go through the roof.
But at least you're not in
But
lava.
at least you're not going to die. You're just going to starve to death.
But then you stop imagining.
Imagine.
You stop imagining.
Well, I picked up the chainsaw that was in the room and killed your bee. So.
Right. I think mine was a perfectly exceptional answer.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Unique.
Unique. I didn't want to say, though, because we were talking about the top 10, and we were talking about our top 10 songs. And this is how we used to do it a few weeks ago. But we're going to do it differently now, because I realized that... Wait. I haven't told you about this.
Okay, yeah.
This is an executive... This is an executive decision.
Well, okay.
I realize you have no say, but this is
debatable.
No, you're gonna like this change, though. You'll approve. That's why I didn't consult you.
Okay, sure.
But I realized that it's very possible, as displayed in I think March had 5 Wednesdays. March had 5. March or February had 5 Wednesdays, and so I realized that
or 5 Mondays.
I know, but we record on Wednesday. That's why it's relevant.
I see.
I'm saying it's possible for a month to have 5 Wednesdays.
Right.
So I realized the issues there, because then we have to technically wait for a 6th podcast to do the next top 10. Mm-hmm. And so the way I'm doing it now, and because of this, there might be multiple in the same titled month. It's just going to be every 4th episode. There's going to be...
I don't even know if they know that we do it every month. They might just be like, oh, they do it whenever they want to.
Well, we said that, though.
We did?
Yes, we said that, though. So what it's going to be is every 4th episode. So basically every 4th week. So every 4 weeks there's going to be a top 10. And because I decided to mention this, I also had an interesting idea of a thing we could discuss.
Okay.
But yeah, the new format is that it's going to go back to the old way we did it, instead of every month, for that reason. And actually, if there was 5 Fridays as well, that'd also be a problem, because then we might technically miss an upload because there's an extra Friday, if you know what I mean. Anyway.
Well, no, because then there'd have to be an extra Wednesday.
I know, but I'm saying
I'm
saying it's just weird how months work, because sometimes there's like 28 days, sometimes there's 31 days. But anyway,
do your research.
The way I was gonna say, what might be cool if we do this. This is a long-term sort of idea, but what we could do is, like a year from like the first top 10 we did, so the movies, we could do the same one again and see. And so we'd say what our new one is for that spot, and then say, last year this spot was this movie.
Okay, that's not going to be as interesting for mine, because...
You think it'd stay?
I think some of them would stay.
So maybe with
I don't remember what my top one was.
It was dumb.
What?
Was it Monty Python?
Oh yeah, it was.
So I thought that because,
that's been the same for like 2 years.
Yeah. Maybe with one as open-ended as movies, possibly not, because that doesn't shift quite as much, just because, but maybe one with like music, where we've already showed this week that it's already changed.
No, because I rediscovered music a year later, so I might have the same one.
Well, you also might not.
Well, we should just do it like the first one we did. Oh, that's lovely.
What? Yeah, but then what's the difference between doing that and...
Well, because it's movies.
Yeah, but you just said that it wouldn't be changed at all.
But it could be.
I mean, that's true.
We'll figure it out a year from now.
Okay. I mean, I just thought this was an interesting idea. Talking this much isn't good for my throat. I realize I don't talk this much. Well,
you talk a lot.
I have to get around the right people.
I mean, you talk in your room, like by yourself.
Yeah, when I'm reading something.
No.
I don't just talk.
You were watching a video today, and I
Okay.
heard Dream did that. And
Today?
Yeah.
That nothing like that happened.
Well, you have a bad memory, so I.
I have the bad memory. Is that really a question that you?
Well, yeah, I thought I brought the.
No,
to
like
you.
that actually just didn't even
I
happen though.
think
Because
it
like
did.
that literally didn't happen.
really-
Because
I
I
think
didn't
I-
watch anything by that creator. I really just didn't. Why are you making strange noises?
Well, I was nodding my head. Anyway,
They can't see that.
how do you know?
You're in a fishing ship
Oh no. Okay.
in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, okay? And you need to survive. The boat is sinking. You're the only one on board. The only things you have with you is, because it's a fishing boat, 2 half-alive flying fish through the sides of your thumbs. Okay? So they're small. 1 protractor. So, tool you use for
I
math.
know what that is.
And a loose thread on your pants.
I know exactly what to do.
Okay.
Okay, so you tie up one of the fish and you eat it because that fish makes you really, really small.
Oh.
Then you use the flying fish and you ride on it.
Okay.
You ride on it and get to safety.
Safety where?
Safety when you go across the Atlantic Ocean. The fish flies.
It doesn't
You give it
fly
the other
far.
fish. I eat the whole fish except for a little bit, and I feed it to that fish, and the fish is smaller, and it flies. And the loose thread, that's what I do. Like it's the reins.
So what about the protractor?
The protractors that's used to kill the other fish and cook it
Okay. How do you cook it?
with the protractor. you spin it. Wait, is the protractor the little?
Yeah, it's
The pen. Okay.
No, that's a compass.
What?
Protractor's like the half moon.
Yeah.
It's the half moon.
Oh, okay.
With
Well, you
the
just
numbers. It's the
you
one for
put the
angles.
fish in it, right, and you measure it, and then
Okay.
you spice it all up with that.
It's what?
The protractor. you slice it all up, and then you spin it all around to get all the nastiness off of it, right?
Okay.
And while you're doing that, you go fire, and there's
Oh,
just
yeah. Because
the heat.
well,
right?
because you forgot that you're a wizard.
Right, and you reach
Yeah.
into the water, and you just pull out
Fire
the fire gem
from the water.
The fire gem from the water.
Right.
And a phoenix comes and saves you after your dead fish dies again.
So flying fish, they don't actually fly.
No, I get that. They like go in and out and in and
They're a
out. But
little bit
mine
like dolphins.
flies. Mine flies.
Okay. Why are you distracted?
Well, sorry, there's a spider.
Is there?
Yes, there is. I keep looking at it, making sure it's not coming near.
Well, I think you'd be fine. I'd probably get jumped or something. He's like above me. Just tell me if he falls. No, I'll know.
You're a screamer in the podcast.
I mean, decent answer, but you know,
No, that was a great answer.
the only problem is you don't have any pants anymore.
Because I pulled the loose thread.
Yeah,
Who needs one when you're riding a phoenix?
that's what I'm saying. You know, like when you pull a thread, or this is the most annoying thing about clothing. You pull.
Well, you
pull
cut
thread
it with a slicer, with the
protractor.
fire, and then you burn it with the fire gem, and then the fire gem calls the phoenix over, and you ride the phoenix over, and then you feed it the
I think you're
fish.
cheating.
Why?
I think you bring in too much stuff that just wasn't there. Okay?
How do you know it wasn't there though? You just
Well, because I told you what was there.
you were on the fishing boat.
Well, I was.
No, you
Because
weren't.
I gave you this.
You got away with the other fire gem
No, that's not what happened.
and your thread.
But like, I
pants.
actually didn't make anything up per se.
Well, you're giving me bad things.
I'm not.
I gave you a pig and you gave me 2 fish.
Yeah, an extra animal. You should be able to solve that.
And no pants.
I don't know. Well, you didn't have to use the thread. I don't know why. Every time you need this. But every time, it has to do with something living, an animal. Every time it's an animal, and you end up eating it or eating something.
That's not true. That
Every time
didn't
you end up
happen
eating
last time.
something.
I didn't.
Next time, I'll only give you metal items, and then see if you find a way to eat it.
Well, I give it to the trash monster and he poops out candy and then I eat the candy.
Trash monster.
Trash monster.
That's just even worse than I heard the first time.
Okay.
I have one more thing I want to talk about. So you have to make this last a long time. Just, because, we're not so far into the podcast. Actually, what should we title this podcast? Before I say that. Oh, dude, swallowing liquids. Okay. I think it could be something like it has
Sorry,
to.
I was joking and you just thought I was fine.
Well, I knew you weren't fine, but I didn't want to draw attention to the silence, lack of audio. I have to keep talking again because my throat's sore.
So, just drink your water.
No, I'm fine. Well, what should we
Stop complaining.
what should we title this podcast?
I don't know. Maybe the spider on the roof coming to get you.
Ooh, we could just call it Spider on the Roof.
Spider on the roof.
Yeah, we could just. I feel like that'd be like good clickbait.
Spider on the roof and Toad in the jam.
No.
In the mushroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We're not calling
that was like a gym thing too.
I think Spider on the Roof. That works.
Okay, well.
So future me listening to this, or around, you should write down so you remember what to title it.
You keep noticing that I'm getting distracted. I'm listening.
By the way,
don't
the
know
reason
when to do that.
I sometimes upload on Saturday and sometimes upload on Friday is because I edit on Friday to upload Saturday.
I know, randomly
I know, but no, it doesn't just do it by itself.
Well, I know that, but it like
The editing software I use gives me the option after I complete a project or a video editing it, gives me the option to upload it straight to YouTube. Because the button's there, I just press it and it just goes. So, I don't know. It's not
you
really...
don't know how long it's gonna take.
Well, usually it takes less than like 2 hours most of the time. But that's because usually it'd take like 7 hours, but there's no video footage for it to like sort of like I can put the quality right down to 0.
Anyway,
and it
what's
wouldn't make
the
a difference
last
because it's watching.
thing?
Last thing I want to mention is, I mean, this isn't something I want to mention. This is a question, and you have to get into like your mental state, okay? Because you have to remember something here, and I will too. I haven't thought of an answer for this. What is a relieving moment of your life? Relieving moment, okay? Where you thought something...
What word did you say?
Relieving?
Oh.
Where you thought something bad was going to happen, but it ended up not, or it was going to happen and something prevented it, and so we're like something you had been like dreading all day or something.
Leading?
What?
Did you say leading?
No.
What did you say?
Why aren't you're looking at the spider too much.
I'm sorry, he's just crawling closer
I'm saying
with his 8 legs.
relieving moment.
Oh, relieving. Okay. Well, I can't really think of a big one, but I think like a small one. Like, when you're younger and you thought you did something wrong. But
Why are you talking about that? Well, why are you talking about that?
When you actually did.
You mean like you're sitting in your room?
Right, and
you're
then
playing,
like one
Bejeweled.
of your parents are like,
Yeah, it's like, yo, kid name, come here. And you're like, okay. But like you're secretly in the back of your mind like, oh gosh, what'd I do?
yeah, you're like, and you're like, yes, and then they're like, you go do the dishes. Something like
No,
like
it's not even that, because you say yes, and then they don't answer,
Right.
and you have to get up.
Like, oh, did you run today?
It's like, oh yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, it's like, oh, really? Good job, yeah.
Good
And then
job.
they walk away, and then, but you think they're gonna be like, what? That like never happens.
Clean up this mess on the floor. Like,
And it's like a sock or something.
yeah. It's always way less than it is. But think of something, not because that doesn't count. But like something.
Wait, that counts.
Something maybe that you had been dreading for like an entire day. Something you thought was going to happen. Or something that suddenly happened that you thought was going to have an immediate react, or like falling. If like you fell and you thought it was going to be a bad reaction. And then,
Falling if like you fell.
well, because in that moment, you're instantly like, shoot, I'm falling. But then maybe you grabbed the banister and then you didn't fall or whatever. Yeah?
Like, okay, so.
I don't know if that's ever happened because usually if I fall, there's nothing there for me to grab onto. You know?
I thought you said something else.
Like.
So. I don't know about that, but I have this. Like, I've been told to do something, like, before, and then...
You didn't do it?
I didn't do it because I forgot about it or something, and then they're
Forgot.
like... No, you forget. And then, I didn't write it down or something, I wasn't being responsible. Then they'd be like, come here, and then you're like, what? And they're like, oh, did you do that thing? Or you're like, why are the towels still here? Why didn't you fold them? You're like, oh, I forgot, and then you think there's, like, something bad's gonna happen, but it really doesn't. They're just like, go fold the towels.
Or it's like... You had to do something, like you were told to clean your room, for example. Classic example. You're told to clean your room, you didn't do it because you're busy playing Minecraft, and then your parents walk in, and you're like it's in that moment when they call your name
That you
you
remember.
remember. It's every time, and you think I'm busted. You know, they got me. You take me to jail. But then they walk in and then they don't even notice because they're doing whatever else. And then you're like, yes, victory. And then you have to quickly do it before they actually notice.
Or like when your parents are away and they told you to do something, and so you hear them pull up in the driveway, and then you're like, and you have to go do it before they come in the house. That's
somehow in those like 20 seconds you have to do it, or you have to make it look like you had been doing it.
Or right. You're really scrubbing the floor. If you had to like mop or something, your hair all like tangly and messy. Like, oh, this stain really just not coming off.
And you like just poured grape juice on the floor or something.
Right.
Make the stain.
And
you're like, that stain wasn't there this morning.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Anyway.
Or wait, hold on. Or when you're doing an assignment for school or something, and then it's like due literally in 30 minutes, and you didn't know, and so you have to do the assignment really quickly, and it's like supposed to be like a whole like month assignment, and you just do it in 30 minutes, and you actually get a good grade and everything, but it's just like.
So I know you're not speaking from self experience here, because
right.
You're not good at that. But
what? What are you saying?
I was gonna say that.
What are you saying?
With that one, wait, what was I gonna say? Look what you've done. You did this all
Your
the time.
shoulders were going up, and then they just went down.
Well, now I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
School assignments. I've never done that.
Assignments overdue. Oh yeah, I can actually. There's only one type of assignment that I can like speedrun. If I have a lot of like something I have to do, is English. Like that's the only class you can actually speedrun.
That's the one you can't.
That's the one you can, because like you can you can type all sort of like malarkey, and your teacher has to believe you, because like, whereas like if it was like a class like leadership skills development or whatever, and it's like it's all about like your opinion or like stuff you want to do or how you should handle a situation. And those are all good things to know.
Sometimes
those are life skills.
The way that they want to hear it.
And so you write just total nonsense that is not true, but your teacher's gonna like it. And it's like one of those things. Imagine if like somehow, even though we've never said our names on this podcast,
you have to
if
write
like
about
our teachers are listening.
Bioengineering.
No.
I've had to do that, and I just did it the way my teacher did. The format and everything, and I feel like my teachers are blind. They're always like, use it 14.5. Because I can't see.
Yeah, because I can't see.
And
it automatically puts it on like 12. What is it? 12?
11.
Well, I
don't use Word though.
Yeah.
Those are for losers. I used Word before.
I mean, you can get like certified in Microsoft Word and stuff. You know that? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anyway,
that's going to close the podcast here. I've gone through my whole paper.
Wait, have I?
Haven't you? No?
I have, but there's just like random words. I don't know what they're saying.
That's fine. We've got the time here, almost 43 minutes. So we have one more thing. That's fact of the day. Back to animals now.
My least favorite.
And this is the fact of the day here, and it is this. Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
The flamingo, so the animal.
Okay, come on, I'm not that stupid.
Can only eat when its head is upside down.
What are you talking about? That's lying. Don't lie. It's a children's podcast.